Is it time to buy or sell SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we're diving deep into SPDR S&P 500 ETF. Our initial report was published on our website on Wednesday, the 11th of June, 2025, and now we're here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You don't want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 27th of May, 2025, our system has ranked the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a buy candidate, assigning it a score of 1.98. Now let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. The ETF has experienced a gain of 1.73%. This corresponds to an average return of 0.14% per day since it was designated as a buy candidate. The exchange-traded fund is positioned in the upper section of a broad and weak upward trend in the short term. This situation typically presents an excellent selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction back towards the lower part of the trend is anticipated. A breakout above the upper trend line at $603.92 would initially signal a stronger rate of ascent. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of approximately 9.66% over the upcoming 3 months, with a possible return ranging from negative 2.69% to positive 10.12%. Examining the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of 4.65%. According to our calculation, the stock's performance could vary from negative 12.75% to positive 8.14% over the next year. In practical terms, this would place the future price between $524.67 and $650.30. Our latest daily update for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF includes the headline, Red Day on Wednesday for SPDR S&P 500. On the last trading day, which was Wednesday, the 11th of June, 2025, the price of the SPDR S&P 500 ETF decreased by 0.285%, dropping from $603.08 to $601.36. During this day, the ETF experienced fluctuations of 1.05%, reaching a low of $599.28 and a high of $605.56. The price has seen an increase in 6 out of the last 10 days and has risen by 2.32% over the past 2 weeks. Notably, the trading volume on the last day increased by 15 million shares, although this occurred alongside falling prices. This may serve as an early warning sign, suggesting a slight increase in risk over the next few days. In total, 73 million shares were exchanged for approximately $43.96 billion. Looking back over the past 52 weeks, the highest recorded price for the ETF was $613.23, while the lowest price stood at $481.80. The price is 1.94% or $11.87 below the 52-week high of $613.23, which also marks the all-time high for the ETF. Wells Fargo's Chris Harvey projects a 16% rise for the S&P 500, emphasizing the artificial intelligence trade as a major factor driving this optimistic outlook. His views align with those of other Wall Street analysts, including Deutsche Bank's Binky Chadha, who predicts the index will reach 6,550 by the end of the year, suggesting that strong corporate buybacks will support this bullish trend. Amidst this optimism, several analysts have recently increased their S&P 500 year-end targets, reflecting a growing positive sentiment. Encouragingly, easing inflation pressures and news of a trade deal with China contribute to this favorable narrative, boosting investor confidence. As the S&P 500 approaches record highs, driven by strong earnings and sustained momentum in artificial intelligence, the short-term outlook seems promising. The index recently rebounded sharply from a 15% decline, demonstrating resilience in market sentiment and indicating a potential V-bottom recovery. In the long term, These developments may solidify the market's upward path, encouraging investments in exchange-traded funds like SPY. The upgrade of S&P 500 ETFs to buy by several analysts reflects a shared belief that the macroeconomic environment will continue to improve, thereby enhancing stock prices and overall investor confidence. The following signals have been identified for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. Today, the ETF presents mixed signals. A sell signal was generated from a pivot top point on Tuesday, the 10th of June, 2025, and thus far, it has experienced a decline of approximately 0.285%. Further decline is anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Additionally, there is currently a sell signal from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. Yesterday, volume increased alongside falling prices, which may serve as an early warning, warranting closer observation of the ETF. On a more positive note, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, providing an optimistic outlook. Furthermore, there is a general buy signal indicated by the relationship between these signals, as the short-term average is positioned above the long-term average. In the event of downward corrections, there is expected support from the lines at $598.33 and $578.41. A breakdown below any of these levels will trigger sell signals. Here are some additional signals that you may find intriguing. Moving average convergence divergence indicates a sell signal. Pivots generated a sell signal 2 days ago. Bollinger suggested a buy signal 2 days ago. The short-term moving average indicated a buy signal 13 days ago. The long-term moving average indicated a buy signal 34 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages generated a buy signal 30 days ago. When we analyze the 12-month chart, we observe the short moving average indicated a buy signal 35 days ago. The long-term moving average indicated a buy signal 23 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages generated a buy signal 12 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you wish to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. On the downside, the ETF finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $548.62 and $505.28. There is a natural risk involved when an ETF is testing a support level, as breaking this level may lead to a drop to the next support level. In this case, SPDR S&P 500 finds support just below today's level at $548.62. If this level is breached, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $505.28 and $504.38. Generally, the ETF tends to exhibit very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the risk is considered quite low. Over the past, the ETF fluctuated $6.28 between its high and low, which is a change of 1.05%. For the past week, the ETF has experienced a daily average volatility of 0.86%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. In the event of an upward trend, the first resistance level for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF is at $603.08. If you do not own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be surpassed before entering a position. For those already holding the ETF, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF encounters its first support level at $548.62. If this support level holds, it could be a favorable entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $585.19, reflecting a decline of 2.69%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily fluctuations, resulting in minimal risk. A sell signal has emerged from a pivot top identified 1 day ago. Is SPDR S&P 500 ETF a good buy? Several short-term signals, along with a generally positive trend, suggest that the current level may present a buying opportunity. There is a fair chance for SPDR S&P 500 ETF to perform well in the short term. After analyzing volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Thursday, the 12th of June, we expect SPDR S&P 500 ETF to open higher by approximately 70 cents, starting at $602.07. We remind you that trading entails a significant risk of losing money, and it is advisable to consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. Your investment decisions should not rely solely on StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. Here is our current perspective on the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With warm regards from all of us at Stock Invest.